Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the live broadcast of Ripley High School football. The Ripley Tigers travel tonight to Dyer County to take on the Choctaws here in New Bern. Non-district game, but a big game for the Tigers as both teams need to get back on the winning side of things. And so we look forward to a great game tonight. This is Mike White along with Tracy Crazy Horse Henson bringing you all the live action tonight. Crazy Horse.
Well, Mike, it's going to be an interesting game, none to say the least, but we can't come out and play like we did against Crockett County last Friday night. We come out flat. We played the first half as well as we did the second half. No doubt we would have got the big win over Crockett, but can't come out tonight and have no letdowns.
Exactly right. They need to hit on all cylinders tonight when they start up. So we are getting ready for the captains to meet at the middle of the field tonight. The captains for the Tigers will be number 10, Hunter Crowder, number 16, Gage Barham, number 27, Bradley Johnson, and number 28, I believe that's right, Trayvon Anderson. So the captains are meeting at the middle of the field. Captains tonight for Dyer County are number 10, Jake Willis, number 2, Garrett Sawyer, number 72, Kimani Lewis, and number 67, Dalton Maxton. And so the captains are meeting, getting ready for the corn toss. We've already had our invocation and national anthem, so we're getting pretty close to kickoff.
And once again, let me reinvent this. The coach plays a lot of sophomores and juniors and very few seniors, Mike, on the team, but we still in that young stage. But nevertheless, we're about to turn that corner on the Ripley Tigers.
Well, like I said last week, we're in the bend. We may not have quite turned it yet, but we're in the bend, getting ready to hit the straightaway here just any time. It looks like the Tigers have, let's see who won the toss. It looks like the Tigers won the toss. Dyer County won, and they deferred, so Ripley will be receiving. They'll be going from the south to the north. So Ripley will start the game on offense. As we are just about ready for kickoff, we've got both teams lined up at the south end zone. The Dyer County Choctaws will come through their headdress tunnel, and the Tigers have a sign to run through held by the cheerleaders, cage the Choctaws. So as soon as they take the field, we'll be ready for action.
And it's going to be a good ball game. I kind of believe that the coach might want to go on offense. Who knows? We need to come out and make a statement.
The Tigers on the field.
So the Ripley Tigers take the field. And a good crowd out here from Ripley. You still got plenty of time. If you're headed this way or don't have anything going on tonight, come on out to New Bern and enjoy football at its finest. With Friday night football, the Friday night lights in the state of Tennessee and all over the country. It's Friday night and a great night to be enjoying high school football. Football in its purest form, in my opinion.
That's exactly right. I look forward to this when the game's over with at the last game of the season. Looking forward to the following season. Looking forward to the nice matchup between the Tigers and the Choctaws.
In other action around West Tennessee tonight, Dyersburg will be taking on the Hardin County. I think they're the Tigers as well. Covington, let's see, who were they playing tonight?
Oh my God,
I think they were playing Liberty and Haywood are playing tonight. And the Choctaws take the field now.
It's football time in New Bern, Tennessee.
So we are just about ready for action. The Ripley kick receiving team takes the field. I want to give a shout out to Amanda Lane, who always listens to us and is a assistant principal at Ripley High School. So Amanda Lane, glad to have you with us tonight. Also Jimmy Kiesler, he's a former player from back in the 60s, and he comes to all the home games and listens to all the rest of them. So a shout out to him. And there's tons of people who support the Tigers and listen to the Tigers. So let me know who you are, and be glad to give you a shout out anytime, as we appreciate all the support for the athletics here at Ripley High School.
Covington is playing Brighton.
That's right. All right, we're going to have The Tigers are going to have, trying to see who's deep for them back there. It looks like number 84 for the Tigers is Danzel King. And I think that's Gage Barham on the far side, but I can't see the number. Yeah, it is. So those are the two deep backs for the Tigers as the Choctaws get ready to kick off. And it's kickoff time in Tiger Town. Long end over end kick's going to be taken at about the 6-yard line. Goes out across the 10, the 15, the 20, gets across the 25, and out across the 30 to around the 33 or 4-yard line. So a good return for the Tigers as they'll go on offense first.
That was a good run back by number 84, Mike, for the Ripley Tigers.
It was. Number 84 was Danzel King, and he is a senior. Did a good job getting to the open spot. So it will be first down and 10, ball at the 34-yard line on the far hash mark as Ripley goes on offense first, getting ready for their first offensive play.
I know we got a little scared, I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, when we didn't think that Squirt Moore was going to be able to play because somebody fell on his leg.
But he's out there, and the Tigers come in shotgun formation. They're going to have two wide to the right, wing to the right. They hand the ball to Squirt. He goes right up through the middle and picks up about 5 yards on the first down carry, bringing up second down and 5. Ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
Great run and great blocking up front by that big front line for the Ripley Tigers, Mike.
The Tigers just need to give him a crease. He doesn't have to have a big hold. He can squirt through just about any spot if they'll just give him a little bit of running room. So the Tigers now second down and 5, ball on the 39-yard line. As they break the huddle, come to the line, it'll be two wide outs to the right this time. Still in shotgun formation. Wing to the left. Moore in the backfield. And they're throwing it out to Barham, and he's complete. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. It's probably going to be third down and around 1, as it looks like it's just shy of the marker where he is going to be spotted down. So maybe not quite close enough to measure, but it's third and less than a yard. So big third down for the Tigers to keep this drive alive on the opening drive.
Yeah, on this drive, we need one of them trick plays just to get that first down for the Tigers. Might give us a little confidence.
But let's see if the Tigers run the ball or if they try to pull them off sides or what they might do here to get this first down of the game. Be two wide to the left. Shotgun formation, wing to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Moore. Going off the left side, he's got the first down. And about 3 more, or maybe 4 more, as he is out to the just shy of the 50-yard line at the 48-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 Tigers as they move the sticks and the chains and head down the field.
Great run by Moore to push ahead and right and get that first down.
So the Tigers will break the huddle. They'll come back in shotgun formation again. This two wide to the left, wing right. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Moore coming back this way, and he fights for about 2 yards as he gets right about to the midfield stripe. And so it'll bring up second down and 8 for the Tigers.
You know, Dyer County on that defensive line, I think that's some meat out there on that.
Yeah, they're big.
Defensive line.
We knew they were big, and hopefully, maybe we can outquick them or wear them down in the fourth. We just need to start out the game playing well and play all through the game and just lay in there with them. It'll be two wide left, wing to the left, shotgun formation. Quarterback wants to throw. He's rolling to his left. He's throwing. He's got a man. It's complete. Out across the 45 to around the 44-yard line.
I believe that was number 23, Mike, for the Tigers.
That'd be Curry.
It was number 23, but he got wailed, though.
Yeah, he took a lick, and they got him spotted just across the 45-yard line, the Choctaws 45. So it's going to bring up third down and a long 3 for the Tigers. It's going to be one wide to each side this time. 2 men in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to running back, and he does not get started. They catch him in the backfield this time, and they're going to force a fourth down situation for the Tigers. It's going to be fourth and about 4. It'll be interesting to see what the Tigers do here. Got one of the Tigers getting up slow, but he gets up under his own power.
It's number 56 for the Tigers.
If we had about another 10 yards, we'd probably attempt a field goal, but it looks like we're going to be punting. Hawkins handles the punting duties for the Tigers as well. He's going to be standing back around his own 40.
That was Vance Pippin, a junior for the Tigers that made number 56. They got it low, slow.
The Tigers in punt formation, hoping to pin them back deep. High snout, but he gets it down, gets a nice punt off, really nice punt. Fair catch call for at about the 10-yard line, maybe 11. So that's where the Dyer County Choctaws will take over for their first offensive possession, first down and 10 at their own 11.
You know, a great scheme coming out in that first series for the Tigers, Mike. We just got to hold the Choctaws. I think they do a spread, I believe.
Yeah, they line up about like we do most of the time. So it'll be first down and 10. They have the ball spotted just across the 10. The Choctaws will line up with 2 wide to left, 2 to the right, shotgun formation. Quarterback wants to throw, drops straight back, looking to his right, throwing in the flat. It's complete. And he got the first down, breaks one tackle, and gets brought down short of the 30, about the 27, 28-yard line. But it'll be enough for a first down, so they'll move the sticks. That's where we've had issues in the past, is in the flat. Of course, sometimes we jump the flat pattern and let somebody run long. If you're going to let somebody go, let it be the short guy, but we've got to try to cover them all.
That's right, and that's what happened to us last week.
The Choctaws back up to the line of scrimmage, 2 wide left, 1 to the right. They hand the ball off this time. Almost caught in the backfield, but he gets away. Got some blocking in front of him. And as he turns the corner, he picks up a first down, pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So a pickup of about 13. Choctaws taking big chunks right now.
That was number 3, Quentin Wells, the senior running back for the Choctaws. He did a great job of running.
Number 99, Price, almost got to him in the backfield for a loss, but just couldn't quite get to him. And so he turns it up, and for about a 15-yard pickup, gets the first down as they're out to the 40-yard line now. First down and 10. 2 wide left, 2 wide to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback hands it to his running back, number 3. Starts inside, outside, breaks it back inside, and hit by the Tigers, and finally brought down. But 2 flags come in. And Barham's the one who brought him down. 2 flags came in. It's either going to be a face mask against Barham or it's going to be holding against the Choctaws, I would think.
I'm going to go with the holding against the Choctaws.
Well, I'd rather it be that one. Yep, that's what it is. I thought I saw that. So it should have been an inadvertent. It shouldn't be a personal foul. It should be a short penalty, not a long one, but we'll see how they mark it off.
It's going to be a long one.
Well, they do. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was inadvertent because it looked to me like he let him go, but he didn't bring him down to the ground with it. But at any rate, they mark it off, the big one, 15 yards, so it'll be first down and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Choctaws. 2 wide to either side. Quarterback throws right out into the flat. It's complete. Got a block.
Pass completed here. Tigers move ball inside the 20. It'll be another first and 10 for the Choctaws.
Okay, here we go. And we had some technical difficulty there for a second, but we missed it was a long play. That pass was complete. They got a couple of blockers out in front of them, and they advanced the ball down to around the 16-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Choctaws.
Great run.
2 wide to either side. Quarterback hands it to his running back. And no, he doesn't get rid of it. He's sacked in the backfield, back at the 25-yard line, so a loss of about 6 or 7.
And that was big number 99, Kendrick Price, that came in and got him, Mike.
But if he was supposed to read, he didn't make a good read on that one because Price was all over him. So that backs him up about 5 yards, making it second down and 15 for the Choctaws. It's going to be 3 wide to the left this time, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Choctaws, it's a swing pass, and it's complete. Everybody's tied up, got a lot of blockers out in front of him, but we bring him down. I think that's Barham brings him down inside the 15 at about the 19, or about the 14. So it's still going to be third down and about 7 for the Choctaws. So huge third down here now for the Ripley Tiger defense.
Definitely need to hold them here, Mike, and at least get them up. Well, they're in 4th down territory, so they'll probably go for it.
Well, it depends on if they got a kicker or not.
That's right.
So it'll be 2 wide to either side, shotgun formation. Quarterback hands it off to his running back. He's got room right up the middle. He's going to be brought down, but not until he gets the first down. He's inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. But it's enough to make it first down and goal for the Choctaws. The Tigers had them in a situation where it was really advantageous for them, and they just didn't fill the hole quick enough. And they're able to make the first down and make it a first and goal situation. The ball at the 4-yard line as they line up with 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback hands it to number 3, trying to get outside, and he is getting in the corner of the end zone. It looks like he does. So with 5:36 to go in the first quarter, the Choctaws draw first blood as they're on the board first, 6-0.
Dyer County's doing a good job of blocking up front, and I think was that a screen pass, wasn't it, Mike?
It was just a little swing pass, but what they did best was their wide receivers were out front blocking. As they get ready for the PAT, here's the hold up, and it's no good. So, with 5:36 to go in the first, Choctaws on top first by the score of 6-0 with a mixed extra point. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right with the kickoff right after this. Back as we get ready for the kickoff after the Choctaws score on their first offensive possession and miss the extra point. So they lead 6-0 as we get ready for the kickoff.
Dyer County coming up on the second G&G cycle off.
All right, we're ready for the kickoff. Back deep for the Tigers again is Barham, and can't see the one on this side. I think that's King again. It's going to be a short kick this time. It hits at the 25-yard line, and I'm not sure if it bounced out of bounds or not. Yes, it does go out of bounds. It was close. So the ball goes out of bounds at the 25. Let's see if the Tigers take it at the 35 or if they'll make them kick again. I would think they're probably going to take it at the 35.
I would.
So 35 is pretty good field position to start with, and that's what the Tigers will do. They'll decline and take the ball at the 35 where it'll be first down and 10. Ripley, 5:36 to go in the first. The Tigers trail 6-0.
Ready to come out and score, Mike, on this drive.
The Tigers break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide to the right. That's Ogden and Barnes. Shotgun formation is Crowder. Takes a snap, hands it off to Squirt, and he starts inside, tries to break it back outside, but they catch him in the backfield. No place to run that time as they're going to catch him for about a 3-yard loss. As they get him behind, he started inside, nowhere to go. He tried to bounce it back outside, and they were able to pin him up back there and wrestle him down for about a 3-yard loss. So it'll be second down and 13 for the Tigers.
Yeah, we're going to come up with a new scheme on that, Mike.
We just got to block. Just got to block. Got to give Squirt just a little hole. So it'll be 2 wide right, wing to the right. They fake it to Squirt this time, and they throw it in the flat to Barham, and it's complete as he's wrestled out of bounds at about the 35, so he gets the loss back, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. So the Tigers in a 3rd and long. Obvious passing situation. Let's see what the Tigers do.
The Tigers just got back to the original line of scrimmage. We definitely don't need to get out here, out of this drive with a stall.
It's going to be 2 wide to the right, wing to the left, shotgun formation. And it looked like there was going to be a procedure penalty against the Tigers. It looked like everybody wasn't on the same page, and some of the Tigers left before some of the others, so that's probably going to back them up 5 more yards and make the 3rd down more difficult.
That's a problem we've had too, with penalties.
Now, that was on the defense.
Oh, the defense was good then.
So that'll make it a little easier now to make it 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers.
I believe it was on number 1 for the jump. I thought I seen him jump.
There was a lot of movement out there. I couldn't tell who moved first. So the Tigers break the huddle, hustle up to the line. More manageable 3rd down situation for the Tigers. 1 wide to the right. Shotgun formation. And we've got a whistle. It looks like it's going to be a timeout by the Ripley Tigers. So with their timeout, we'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back right after this. Back as we are in a third down situation. The Tigers going for it and hand it off to Squirt going off the left side, but he does not get it. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, and so it'll bring up a 4th down situation for the Tigers as they do not convert on the 3rd down. So the punt team comes on for the Tigers.
Well, we got 9 men in the defensive box. It's going to be kind of hard to run up the middle.
We got Hawkins back. He stands back at about his 26-yard line to punt. Here's a snap. Good snap. Gets a good high end-over-end punt. It's going to hit the ground and take a Choctaw bounce. Now it goes back the Tiger way inside the 30 at the 27-yard line or 28-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 Choctaws at their own 28. The cheerleaders for Ripley High School this year: senior Reagan White, she's the captain. Juniors: Ashlyn Gray, Lexi Greer, Kaylee McAllister, Amber Murphy. Sophomores: Hannah Chalk, Paige Hardy, Maddie Payton, Carney Rose, Brianna Shelton, Abby Sondergraf. The freshmen are Kaylee Green, Ashley Hartsfield, Lee Hutcherson, Taylor Sanders, and Coach Ginger Hearn. So great job for the Ripley High School cheerleaders, as they always do a fantastic job. So that there was actually a timeout on the field, and I think maybe Ripley took the timeout. I didn't see who called the timeout.
I didn't know much. I was thinking Dyer County did, but I'm not sure.
Well, not sure either. But at any rate, there's a timeout. We've got 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Dyer County on top of Ripley by the score of 6-0. They score on their first offensive drive, miss the extra point, and that is the score so far. The Choctaws head back out to the field now. They're going to be, again, going from north to south, and they are on the near hash mark.
I'm glad they got that jumbotron, because we could just look straight across the field and see it tonight. Tigers got to do a better job this time of containing Dyer County.
Dyer County will come to the line. They're going to have 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. They hand the ball to the quarterback fakes it. Now he's throwing it long, got a man over the middle of the field, and it's complete at the 40-yard line. And he was running, he actually got behind the defenders. It was a couple of defenders chasing him, but he had him by a step, and it was enough for him to be able to pull it down and complete down to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10, Dyer County.
Was that number 5 that caught that ball? If it was, that was Jared Halliburton.
I didn't see his name or number. Here's a quarterback snap. He's wanting to throw again, throwing long down the middle of the field, down the far sideline, and it's complete inside the 5. Now it wasn't terrible coverage. It wasn't great coverage. But it was a perfectly thrown pass, and I mean it landed in stride right in his arms, and he goes down inside the 5 at about the 1 or 2 yard line. So it'll be 1st down and goal. Choctaws, as they are poised to strike quick in this drive here.
Great pass by that quarterback, and even better catch by the receiver.
And they're handing the ball off to number 3 this time, going off the right side, and he gets in. So with 2:18 to go in the opening quarter, the Choctaws open up the lead now, 12-0 over the Ripley Tigers, as they get ready for their point after. Let's see if they go for 2. Sometimes they'll go for 2 if you miss it. So to try to get the score back, and it looks like that's probably what they're going to do. And they are. And so they're going to pass it complete.
He got it.
And he has got it, so they not get the 14, and a late flag comes out. And it was after the play, so it's going to be a post-play penalty. Not sure who it's on yet. If I had to guess, it would be against the Tigers by where it was, but I haven't seen an indication yet as the referees are huddled up getting ready to discuss it before they make the indication. And more than likely, it's probably going to be a personal foul. Maybe unnecessary roughness or something like that, because it was after the whistle. And we'll find out as they get where they're lining the football up as to which way it goes, as to who it's against. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers. So that's going to move the kickoff up across the 50 to the 45-yard line. So the Choctaws will be kicking off from the Tiger end of the field this time.
And this is something like that we did not need to happen. The penalties and the early score up quick.
So the Choctaws kick off from the Tiger 45.
So they probably mounted or something in it.
I thought by the location and after the play that was probably going to be the case, and it was. And here's the kick, and it's going to be a long end-over-end kick that's going to go through the end zone. So the Tigers will have the ball at their own 20 to start this offensive drive, where it'll be 1st down and 10, last few minutes of the first quarter. Again, the score 14-0 with 2:18 to go in the first. Choctaws over the Tigers.
Mackenzie Smith, we need you at the southwest zone for the Millfoot Festival field goal try.
38 yards. Hey, it's 100. Hits it right away.
The Tigers tonight in all white jerseys, white pants, purple numbers with their white helmets, and just a little purple accent on their jerseys on the sleeves. As they break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, have 2 wide to the left, wing to the right, shotgun formation. Quarterback is throwing it right out in the flat. It's complete. Let's see if he can break a couple of tackles. He may pick up a yard or 2. Not a lot of going after the catch there, and that was caught by number 16, Gage Barham. And they're going to say he picks up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers at the 22-yard line. $150 to go in the opening quarter. 2 wide right, wing to the right. Crowder in shotgun, drops straight back, wants to throw. He's going to pull it down and try to run it himself, and he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. If so, that was the most. It looked like it was pretty much a design quarterback draw, and didn't fool the Choctaws. They had somebody that stayed at home, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers.
The Tigers going to have to come up with some kind of scheme to get this ball moved out. They've done a good job at kickoff, moving the ball on the field.
2 wide to the right, wing right. Crowder and Moore in the backfield. Take the snap, and a flag and a whistle comes in before the play gets started. And let's see if that is going to be a delay of game. No, it's going to be a procedure penalty against the Tigers, so that's going to back them up 5 yards and put them behind the sticks now. So it's going to make it 3rd down and 13.
We got more yards going backwards we do going forwards.
Tigers making a few substitutions. Obvious passing situation for the Tigers. 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, rolls to his left, and he's trying to throw into the flat, and it's complete, but it gets back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll make it 4th down and 10. Crowder almost was sacked in the backfield as he had a heavy rush. He was able to get the ball out, and it was complete. And they say he gets back to about the 21-yard line, so it'll be 4th down and 9. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, it is Dyer County Choctaws 14 and Ripley nothing. And at the end of 1, that is the score. And so we'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the second quarter right after this. Back as we get ready to start the second quarter, the Tigers trail 14-0. They're in a 4th and 9 situation as Hawkins is going to stand back at about his 7-yard line to punt the ball away. Gets the snap, gets a nice punt off high, not extremely long, but it's going to take a good roll, and there's brought down by the Choctaws. He comes down the far sideline, And he's got one man to beat. I don't think anybody's going to beat him. It was a big block on this near sideline to clear him out, and the Tigers just didn't stay in their lanes, evidently, as he broke it to the side, and there was a huge hit on the side, a big block on this near sideline that just broke him into the secondary and broke him into the wide open, and he goes back all the way for a Choctaw touchdown. So on the first play of the second quarter, the Choctaws open up the score now 20-0 over the Ripley Tigers as we get ready for the point after.
Well, the two men that come out after the ball was kicked didn't think he was going to pick up that ball and run with it, but he did.
And here's the snap and the kick, and it is good. So with only 10 seconds gone in the second quarter, the Choctaws now open up the score 21-0. So the Tigers will get the ball back, and they are found themselves in a hole they've got to dig out of, as they have got to put some offense together and quit turning the ball over and making those penalties. Those penalties are killing the Tigers, as they will do for any team, any game. And so the Tigers have got their work cut out for them as they get ready. Hopefully we'll get a good run back on this kick, and the Tigers have some decent field position to start with. And that's one of the things we need, is we need to put them in a punting situation and get a big return or a big return for a kickoff. And we've got the speed to do it. We've just got to take the opportunity.
We need to block. I mean, we do. We need some big blocks up front to give Squirt and whoever's running that ball some room, Mike, where they can cut up. And same scenario of last week. We come out flat and got the Choctaws up 21-0.
The Choctaws ready to kick off now, as they'll be kicking from the south to the north from the far hash mark. Ball teed up at the 40. And here's the kick. Short end-over-end kick, because it's going to be taken by the Ripley Tigers at the 25. And he gets outside, going down the sideline on the far sideline, and he gets a decent return after a short kick out to close to the 40-yard line.
Dyer County just real good on their coverage, Mike, you know. Coverage, like covering each man and all that.
Well, they spotted it at the 36, so that's where the Tigers will have it. First down and 10 at their own 36, as we are with 11:44 to go in the second quarter. The Ripley Tigers need to get some offense going.
Any kind of offense.
The Tigers will split one wide to the left. That's Ogden. Wing to the left. And they hand the ball, tried to go up the middle, but nothing doing there, and Squirt bounces it back outside, goes down the far sideline, breaks a couple of tackles, and picks up 7 or 8 yards off what would look like it was going to be a loss.
As fight over on the sideline for Dyer County. Now, it should be on Dyer County, because they didn't want to do the first punch.
I didn't see it. I was watching him going down the sideline, and it looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield, and he bounced out of it and went the far sideline away from it, and was able to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. And then as he stepped out of bounds, there was some kind of altercation. I didn't see who started it or how it happened, but 2 or 3 flags came out, and so we'll see. I don't know if he was hit after he got out of bounds, or and the Tigers retaliated, or exactly what, but
Well, I seen Squirt turn back after he had done went out of bounds, and the Dyer County defender pushed him, and he got back up, and that's when it all started. But who knows? Way up here, they're down there.
Yeah, a lot of distance between here and there.
Yeah.
And we're waiting for them to sort it out.
Okay.
So the flags are still on the field.
I know, yeah.
No one has moved yet. They're having a talk with Coach Cruz, and it doesn't look like he's real happy about what's going on with the referees. And it looks like it's probably going to be offsetting.
He may have been out of bounds. It looked like it. It looked like he intervened.
And I think that's probably what it's going to be, offsetting penalties. And that was after a good run by the Tigers. Cordarian Moore, Squirt. And that's a personal foul against the Tigers, and then it's going to be a personal foul against the Choctaws. So they're going to offset. So that's basically no penalty. I'm glad no one got ejected from the game.
I'm glad nobody got hurt,
Yeah, that too.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. So, unfortunately, that negates a good run by the Tigers.
I think that the run will stand. Because they're both
Okay. All
practicing.
right. Well, good. I hope it looked like they were backing up, and they got the first down marker back at the original line of scrimmage. But
Right now they got at the first and 10, but I believe
I mean, it was after the play, so you would think it would stand to where the ball went out of bounds, and it looks like that's where they're going to spot it now. So great. So that'll make it 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard pickup after a long discussion by the referees. Or about 2nd down and 6 or 4. It's the ball spotted at the 43-yard line. So everybody needs to settle down and play ball.
That's right. It's just a ball game.
One wide to the left, wing to the right, quarterback under center this time. 2-man set in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off, going off the right side. I believe that was to Anderson. He might have picked up a yard or 2. Looks like he's going to be at about the 39-yard line, a pickup of 1. So that'll put the Tigers in a 3rd and 2 situation. And this is a situation where the Tigers need to be able to pick up 2 yards on 3rd down when they need it, whether they go inside or outside. They've just got to get a push on that offensive line or get a block on the edge in order to spring somebody to pick up a couple of yards, whether it's a quarterback sneak or they run it with squirt or Anderson up the middle. Crowder goes back under center again, wide out to the left, wing T formation. And they're going to hand the ball off to running back. He's caught in the backfield, nowhere to go, as he is a jailbreak over there on that left offensive line side. I'm not sure who was on that side, but whoever was on that offensive line side did not block at all. Now, I think they were overmanned. They had more people over there than we had folks to block. But at any rate, it puts us back in a 4th down and about 5-4 situation.
That was Blake Royals, who they handed the ball off to for the Tigers.
So high snap and a good job by Hawkins getting it off and getting a great punt off after that, and a fair catch called for, and it's going to be a penalty against the Tigers.
It's going to go against
Going to go against Barham.
and that's 2 on him, Mike. I don't know how many you have to get.
Hey, there's no number.
There is no number before you get ejected out of the game on high school.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why did he do
I don't
that?
know that.
I don't know why he hit it.
That was uncalled for. And now it's going to move the ball up 15 more yards.
Yeah, that was at the 25, so it'll move it up to the 40. Not sure what he was thinking. It looked like he ran right by him and his shoulder pad hit his shoulder pad. And you know, even if it was by accident, you've got to give a guy room to catch the ball if he signals for a fair catch.
What he Barham did, when he went by the guy and grabbed his arm and pulled him down. It's like he grabbed his arm in the socket and just pulled him down. That's stupid. That's uncalled for.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Choctaws. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback wants to throw, looking to his right. Now he pulls it down. Now he's throwing long down the far side. He's got a man wide open and not even going to be close, as we did not have coverage there at all. I mean, we had a guy running with him, but he was about 5 yards behind him, and it was, again, a perfectly thrown pass and catch as he caught it right in stride. But you just can't let a man behind you like that, and because if you do, a good passing team is going to pick you apart. That's twofold part of that. Is number one is we gave him way too much time to stand and look for his receiver, and then we gave him a wide open receiver to throw to. So the Choctaws now line up for their point after. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 10 minutes and 1 second left to go in the second quarter, the Tigers find themselves down 28-0. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout and be back with the Choctaw kickoff right after this. Back as we're ready for the kickoff, the Choctaws hit on a long pass over the left side, and just a strike. Great pass, a great catch, terrible coverage. That combination equals 7 points for the Choctaws, and now the Tigers find themselves down deeper than they've been anywhere this year, and definitely much earlier than they have been even in a while.
Temperance done got hold of them like what it is, I think.
But here is the kick, and it's a end-over-end kick, not real long, taken at the 15. gets across the 20, and Star tries to cut back inside, finds a crease, and gets out across the 30 to around the 33-yard line.
That's Curry.
Yep, that was number 23, Curry. And a good return by the Tigers. They've been getting pretty good field position to start their drives with. They've just been stalling out. The Tigers have got to settle down and get themselves back in this ball game. Of course, this doesn't count toward the district standings, but it does count. So, like Coach Cruz said, if they keep score, we want to win. And the Tigers have an uphill battle to do that tonight, as they have dug a big hole and have got to get back. And it looks like it's a penalty on the play. It is a block in the back against the Tigers again, so that instead of having it out around the 30-yard line, they're going to be back at the 12-yard line. Again, the Tigers last week, they made more penalties than they had all year long, and tried to correct those things this week, and it looks like so far they've gotten worse.
Yeah, I believe they've got more penalties tonight, Mike, in the first half than they have all season.
Probably for more yards, you're probably right. First down 10, 2 wide to either side, shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. It's a little hot pass thrown out, and it picked off by the Choctaws, as it was just a little slant pass by the Ripley Tigers, and it was intended for Ogden, and it goes over his head. I think he maybe tipped it, and the Choctaws just pick it off, and just like that on the first play with just a few seconds, pop another one into the end zone to bust this game out to the score of now 34-0 with still 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Tigers are going to find themselves in a mercy rule in a hurry if they don't turn things around quickly. They have got to get back on track. I thought last week the first half was the worst that they had played, but this is by far the worst I've seen the Tigers play this year.
They're only 1 point away from going to mercy rule, right?
Well, it has to be in the second half.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. So there was a flag on the play. One of the Tigers came through, and not going to make much of a difference on a point after either way.
My thing is, if we ain't going to play no better, I'll go ahead and talk to mercy rule now. I mean, I'm going to say we've got at least, we had to have at least 100 yards in penalties, Mike. And that's
Probably not.
That's
Here's the point after, and the kick is up and good. So with 9:40 to go in the second quarter, the Tigers are down 35-0. So they'll be kicking off again. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with their kickoff right after this. Back as we're ready for the kickoff after the Choctaws pick off a Tiger pass and run it back in for a touchdown. The ball was back around the 10-yard line, so it didn't have to run far to get into the end zone. The Tigers tried to just throw a quick slant, and it was tipped and picked off by the Choctaws. Now the Choctaws kick off, and the ball is mishandled by the Tigers back at the 10-yard line. And we try to break it down the far sideline and pick a few yards of it back up. And they're going to say he gets across the 20 to about, looks like maybe the 18-yard line is where they're going to spot it. Or excuse me, check that. That's going to be the 24-yard line. So the Tigers, again, back on offense as they will be moving from north to south on the far hash mark here at the Dyer County Choctaw Stadium. And they are down 35-0 with 9:34 to go in the second quarter. Pass thrown out basically it was just a little swing pass, but it goes for nothing and maybe lost a yard on the play at the most. The Choctaws are just all over the Tigers. We're not a threat downfield, and so they're not playing us deep at all. So they're playing the run and playing everything close. And so the Tigers have got to be able to open this game up in order to give us some running room and get some people out of the box. 2 wide to either side now. And the same pass back the other way. And he breaks the tackle and gets the first down. And one more man and he would have broken it. And which that is the positive of throwing it right out there. It's just basically a wide receiver screen. And, you've got 2 offensive receivers out there, and you've got 2 defenders. And if one guy can block and you can beat the other guy, then you've got a straight shot into the end zone. But it was enough for the first down to move the ball out to the 39-yard line, where it's first down and 10, 2 wide to either side. Quarterback wants to throw again. He's throwing into the flat. The ball way up high, but it's underthrown as it hits the ground at about the 40, about 3 yards short of the intended receiver. It'll bring up second down and 10, and that ball was intended for number 8, Miller.
Yeah, Ethan Miller. That's what I was gonna say, Mike. It was intended for him, but the ball got blocked as he threw it. I don't know if Tyler cannot see over that or.
The Tigers will line up with 3 wide left this time, 1 to the right, shotgun formation. They hand the ball to running back, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. That's number 28, and that is Anderson, as he's hit in the backfield for a loss. And someone, I'm not sure where that defender's coming from, but he just ate some offensive lineman's lunch, as he just ran right through there. Maybe he wasn't touched. I'm not sure, but it didn't look like it.
No, he wasn't touched at all, Mike, because he ran just right through that offensive line of us, and he just was just able to get him back here in the backfield.
So it's going to be third down and 13 now. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback rolls to his left, wanting to throw. He's got a man. Overthrows him. He had Barham at the 40-yard line, 50-yard line, which would have been enough for a first down, and he was open, but the ball sails over his head and falls incomplete, bringing up another punting situation for the Tigers. With 4th down and 13, Hawkins will come back on to handle the punting duties for the Tigers.
Well, the only one getting the workout tonight is Hawkins.
He's getting the biggest.
You said we wasn't a threat on the field. I don't think we've been a threat anywhere on the field tonight.
Hawkins will stand back at around his 24-yard line, 23-yard line. The return man stands at his 30. Nice snap. Gets a good punt, and it's going to go over his head and take a good Tiger bounce down inside the 15 to around the 14-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for the Choctaws when they go back on offense. So a good punt by Hawkins with a good roll on top of it. And fortunately, they elected not to take a fair catch. That probably would have saved them 10 yards or so. But they'll go on offense just shy of the 15, where it'll be first down and 10 with 8:01 to go in the second quarter, and the Tigers trail 35-zip.
Looks like Joe Cruz is subbing a lot of guys in and out, Mike.
They need to find somebody who wants to play.
That's right.
And the quarterback is going to hand the ball off to number 17 as he tries to go off the left side, and he's caught just about at the line of scrimmage. And they unpile him. We'll tell if he's able to pick up anything. Looks like maybe a yard, so it'll be second down and 9. Yeah, I would, if I'm getting beat like this, I'm finding somebody who wants to play. Somebody that I don't care if they're sophomores or freshmen, if they get out there and they'll do their job. Somebody can lose a starting spot just real quick. 2 wide to either side now for the Choctaws. Quarterback hands it to his running back. He's got a big hole off the left side, right side, and he cuts back across the middle and out to about the first down marker. Looks like he's going to have it.
About a foot past. I'm like you, Mike. If you got to find somebody that wants to play ball and that wants to hit and that wants to block. And I'm like you. I wouldn't care if it's an 8th grade team out there playing. If they want to play, then they need to play.
So it'll be first down and 10 now for Dyer County. This time 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. 1 man set in the backfield, man in motion from right to left. Quarterback wants to throw. He's looking. And now he's going to pull it down and run as they clear him out. And the Tigers are going to chase him out of bounds at the 40, but not until he picks up the first down as he steps out at the 41. It'll be first down and 10 now. Dyer County at their own 41 with 6:36 to go in the second quarter. Again, the Tigers trail 35-zip. The Tigers late getting up to the line of scrimmage. They get there, and it's a pass into the flat and incomplete as it goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He had some room, and the ball was there. He just couldn't bring it in.
That was number 2 for the Dyer County. That was Garrett Sawyer, a senior wide receiver. Mike dropped that ball.
One of the few dropped balls tonight by Dyer County. So it'll be second down and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line.
Do it for the motherland.
2 wide to either side. Shotgun formation. Quarterback looking to his left to throw. Now he's looking to throw long downfield. And he got a man, and it's complete. And it's at about the 33 or 4-yard line. It looks like an injured player, Choctaw, was injured. And it was it was more like a pump fake that the quarterback did. He actually brought the ball down to his side and then brought it back up. And the receiver was just running down the field wide open, and our defensive back was kind of watching the quarterback. And by the time he realized he was going to throw it, it was hard to catch up to the receiver as he was already full speed. And he didn't have much on him, but he had just enough for him to be able to have just enough space to complete that ball. That injured player's number 15 for the Choctaws.
That is Logan Palmer. He's a senior for the Choctaws.
And he made a good catch. Hate to see anybody get hurt. And he looks like he's coming off under his own power, so he's going to be all right.
He probably just got the breath knocked out of him.
He very well could have.
The Choctaws playing about all their seniors. We've got like some sophomores and juniors out there playing, but still, that does not excuse for the poor play that we've done tonight, Mike.
No, I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with penalties.
Nothing, that's right.
One thing to get beat by a sophomore, get beat by a senior, is another thing for unsportsmanlike conduct and offsides. Things like that has nothing to do with your grade, so that's a mental thing. So it'll be first down and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line for the Choctaws. Again, they're moving from south to north. They're going to have 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. 1 man set in the backfield. Quarterback hands it off to his running back coming to the near side. He's got some blockers in front of him. He turns him in between the blockers and finally pushed out of bounds by number 23, Curry, but not until he picks up the first down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So it'll be first down and goal, Dyer County.
You know, I thought we'd learned from last week, but evidently we didn't.
No, we left a lot to be desired in this first half, there's no doubt. Dyer County comes to the line, 2 wide to either side, man in motion from right to left. And they hand the ball off to number 17, trying to get outside. He breaks it back inside, and he gets down inside the 5, but stops short of the goal line at the 2, it looks like.
I'm trying to catch which time he hit him. I think it's number 40.
It's hard for me to see those numbers from this distance, but it's going to be second down and goal. Looks like the ball is right around the 2-yard line. 2 wide to either side for the Choctaws. Shotgun formation. Quarterback hands it off to number 7. Now he pulls it back out, and he's going to just walk into the end zone. The quarterback does, as he read it was a great read as he put the ball in on the running back and pulled it back out, and everybody dove in on him, and whoever had the responsibility of the quarterback did not hold to his responsibility, and he lets him get into the end zone untouched. So with 5:12 to go in the first quarter, the Tigers find themselves down huge by the score of 41-0 as the point after is getting ready to be attempted. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:12 to go in the first half, Ripley down 42-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the Choctaw kickoff right after this. Back as we are ready for another kickoff by the Choctaws as they are on top of the Tigers, all over the Tigers, 42-0 in the first half. The Tigers have not found an answer to be able to stop the Choctaws' offense, and they haven't found an answer to be able to move the ball offensively themselves. Take the kickoff at the 20-yard line, gets across the 30 out to the 35, and that was, I believe, number 13 on the carry for the Tigers.
Number 13.
He's a sophomore, and that's Patton.
Patton, he is a sophomore.
Monty Patton, sophomore, defensive back, wide receiver. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Be first down and 10 for the Tigers. They'll break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Ogden split wide to the left.
It's dangerous up here.
Wing to the right. Quarterback under center this time. Wing T formation. Quarterback tries to hand off, and he turns it up himself, and he is hit before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was going to hand it to the running back, and then he pulled it back out before it got there and was going to turn it up and run it himself, and he loses about a half a yard. Basically still second down and 10 for the Tigers, as they have just not found any offense that works for them at all tonight. Of course, that starts up front.
Yeah, our up front ain't done nothing.
No, they haven't tonight.
They haven't done nothing.
Wing T formation, quarterback under center, wide out to the left, wing to the right. Crowder under center, takes a snap, and he's rolling to his left, wanting to throw, and he throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of two Tiger receivers. It was number 11, Moore. It hit him and bounced off his shoulder pads, and number 8, I think that's Miller, it hit him in the hands before he went down to the ground, and but it does fall incomplete and out of bounds, so it'll bring up third down and 10 now for the Tigers. It was now Hunter was under a good bit of pressure, but he found a way to get rid of the ball. It wasn't a bad pass, just couldn't come down with it. So the Tigers are now third down 10 as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Ogden wide to the left, quarterback under center, wing T formation, wing to the right. Takes a snap, hands it off to number 28, trying to go on the right side. He's got a man or two. He's got the first down. He crosses the 50, and with a hard run, gets down close to the 45-yard line. I think they'll spot him at the 47, but it's enough to move the chains.
Great run by Anderson.
Good hard run by Anderson. It looked like they're going to have him stopped at around the line of scrimmage, and he had a burst of speed that put him on the edge, and then he put his head down at the end and picked up a few more yards, and it was enough to give the Tigers a first down and move the sticks.
And that's about the second or third time tonight through the whole first half that I've seen our line actually block.
But he ran outside. He didn't have to run up in the middle, so not as much blocking it has to happen.
Right.
Same formation, and they're going to hand the ball off to Squirt, trying to go up the middle, and he gets back to probably the line of scrimmage,
He didn't get much.
and I guess that was Squirt. I didn't actually see who had the ball. It might have been Anderson.
I think it was close.
Anderson checks out.
He got maybe about a half a foot on that play.
Not much. A tough sledding there for the Tigers as they come to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. Wing T formation. Wide out to the left, wing to the left. Quarterback hands the ball off to the running back. He's got into some room. He's in the secondary. One man to beat. And a flag comes in. That's going to be against the Choctaws.
Yeah.
And finally brought down, I think, is that Curry?
That's number 28, Anderson, I'm playing.
No, Anderson went out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's number
Well, no, it's 23, Curry.
23 Curry.
And so a good run, but during the run, they grabbed his face mask. And so the Tigers should have a penalty tacked on at the end of that. But a good run as he broke into the secondary. And he's one of those guys that he is explosive if they just get him into space. We've got a lot of guys that are explosive if we just get them into space. But the Tigers just having a hard time with that defensive line now of Dyer County. But it'll be first down and 10 at the 12-yard line for the Tigers. This is their first chance that they have had an opportunity to be in the red zone and threaten to score. The Tigers definitely need to put up a touchdown here with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first quarter, trailing 42-0.
Oh, we got Dyer County. That's actually what we need.
Wing T formation, wing to the right, wide out to the left, wingman in motion. They hand the ball off to Squirt, trying to go up the middle, but a flag comes in, and I think the play was stopped before it got started, as they never brought him to the ground. And it's going to be a procedure penalty against the Tigers, and so the Tigers are back themselves up. First and 10 wasn't hard enough. They need them first and 15. So it'll be first down 15 for the Tigers now. The ball back at the 17-yard line, 17-yard line.
And Curry had to go off for a play, Mike, because his helmet come off.
The Tigers back in wing T formation. Quarterback Crowder under center. Wide out to the right, wing to the right. And the blitz showing, and the quarterback fumbles the ball, and the Dyer County picks it up. And now, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I do know that all the linebackers from the Choctaws were showing blitz.
And it looked like they jumped off sides.
It was close. They were right there. You know, got to change that snap count out and that cadence some of the time. And Crowder was a little slow getting up and leaving the field. But the Choctaws get a turnover as the Tigers finally got in the red zone and had a possibility of an opportunity to score at least 3 points. But that turnover bug's bit them again already. And like I said, it was a lot of, I mean, the box was full. I don't know what play we had called, but if we were going up the middle, we wasn't going to do much there. And this is going to be another pass out to the wide receiver. And he's brought down at the 25, a pickup of about 4. And so it'll be a pickup of about 3 on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 7.
That was number 1, Christian Ryan, senior wide receiver for the Choctaws, but a good open tackle by Jace Barnes.
So with 2:50 to go, the Tigers just wanting to get out of this half without giving up another score, and get to the field house and try to make some kind of adjustments here at halftime. Man in motion. They hand it to the man in motion, going from right to left, trying to get outside, and he has got the first down. A good hard tackle by 2 of the Tigers at the end of the run, but not until he picks up enough for the first down. So that'll move the chains as he gets out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. First down and 10, Choctaws, 2:24 to go in the first half. Two wide right, 2 wide to the left. They hand the ball to the running back going to the right, trying to get outside. A nice spin move, breaks a tackle, and finally brought down after a pickup of about 9. One that had a Tiger right there in position, but that spin move, he came right out of his grasp and is able to get close to the first down. He looks like he's going to be about a yard short, so it'll be 2nd down and 1, and they're going to look like they're going to measure.
He may have it, Mike. No, he's off on that.
Okay, they're not going to measure for whatever reason. They're bringing the ball over to the hash mark. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 with 1:40 to go in the second quarter. 2 wide to either side for the Choctaws. Quarterback is going to throw another wide receiver screen and goes right through his hands. That's one of those plays, if we'd had a receiver, we'd had a defender back behind him, we could have picked it off and he could have walked into the end zone from there. But we were in position that time, and if we were out of position, it might have been an advantage for us. We maybe could have picked that off, but the ball falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 1:34 to go in the second. The Choctaws will send 2 wide to either side. Quarterback is going to throw it in a little just flat, and it's complete. And he dodges the first tackler and is going down the far sideline. 1 man to beat. And he finally is brought down at about the 2-yard line. And I'm not sure who ran him down, but I've got to give kudos to that guy for not giving up on the play. I want to say it's number 28.
It may be, Mike. I'm trying to see his number.
I can see him, but I can't see his number. I think that is 28. He is. I mean, he's not a little bitty fella, and he moved fast because he came from way behind to catch him and run him down to save that touchdown on that play. And the ball is snapped, but a flag or a whistle comes in, and the Tigers call a timeout before the ball is snapped. So with 1:04 to go until halftime, Ripley finds themselves trailing big time, 42-0, and take a timeout. But when we resume play, it's going to be 1st down and goal, ball at the 2-yard line for the Choctaws.
Great pass and great run. Number 8 had him. He just couldn't wrap him up for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers they've been, the old saying, close but no cigar. And, we've just made too many mistakes tonight to play. I've got to say, I hope we're getting all this out before we play O'Brien next week and before we get into the Dyersburgs and Haywoods and Covingtons of the world, because we we can't make these kind of mistakes and beat anybody.
Oh no, we couldn't beat a 7th, 8th grade team playing this week, and that's the truth, Mike.
We probably wouldn't have beat the Nighthawks had we played this bad.
No, not at all.
So it'll be first down and 10, or first down and goal from about the 3-yard line, and the quarterback hands the ball to his running back, and he's hitting the backfield for a loss by number 50 for the Tigers as he brings down the running back. Number 50 is Dylan Jones. He's a junior, and he was actually, they talked about moving him from defensive end to linebacker this week, and I'll have to look and see. I didn't see where he came from, but it was a good tackle, and it's about 40 seconds left until halftime. 2 wide to either side. The quarterback wants to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be brought down, but not until he throws the ball on his way down, and it's complete for a touchdown with 31 seconds left. And he was on his way down and just threw the ball toward the end zone and had a man right there, and he picked it up or caught it and was able to just get across the goal line to open this score, blow it even further wide open than what it is. As the Choctaws get ready for their point after, it's going to be 31 seconds left. The Tigers will probably get to take the kickoff and maybe get one play in. Here comes the point after attempt. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick up, and it's blocked. No good. So with 31 seconds left, the score remains only 48-0. Yeah, because they didn't get that extra point. That's 2 extra points, but they made up for one of them with a 2-point conversion. So the Tigers hold that point after. We'll hold it here with only 31 seconds left until halftime. The Tigers will take the kickoff and then be able to run a play or two. You know, we've got to hope that they can go in at halftime and make some kind of adjustments just to make the game a reasonable game, something that is respectable.
I got a score update, but this is out of East Tennessee. Enzel Harding 2, St. Andrews 20, 0.
Sound like a baseball game.
And Coach Wheeler's team, Bradley Central, beat Bearden 21-14.
He's at Cleveland.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
So the Choctaws kick off now. And it's a squib kick along the ground as it's going to be taken at the 25 by number 25, and he gets out to the 35-yard line. Number 25 for the Tigers is Philander Drain. He is a junior, so just a couple of seconds come off the clock, so it's 29 seconds left until halftime. Depending on whether they run the ball or pass it, the Tigers should get a couple of plays off. I don't know if I'd want to throw the ball now and take a chance on them picking it up and running it back, picking off one and running it back, but we'll see what the Tigers want to do in their last few seconds here in this opening half that has been what you can only call a disaster for the Tigers.
Trenton, Peabody 28, Jackson Southside, nothing.
Ripley will come to the line, quarterback under center, wing T formation, wide out to the right, wing to the left. They hand the ball to the running back trying to get outside on the near sideline. He's brought down from behind. That's number 28 for the Tigers. That's Anderson. And that was one of those plays where it looked like it could have been a horse collar. But the Tigers are going to be content to let the clock run out, and so is Dyer County. So at the end of the first half, your score here from Dyer County is Dyer County Choctaws 48 and Ripley 0. So be sure to come back in about 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll be bringing you the second half here from Dyer County as the Ripley Tigers try to come back in some kind of a way and make this game respectable. Obion County 14, Westview 14. Was that a second quarter score?
Second quarter.
So at the end of the first half, that is your score here, and we'll see you back in about 20 minutes. As we get ready to start the second half, the Ripley Tigers kick off and kick it from from the near hash mark across to the far hash mark and put the ball out of bounds. So it looks like the Choctaws will have it first down and 10 at their own 35. The Tigers are not kicking off deep as we've done all season long, so obviously some changes are being made from halftime. We'll see how much, if there's been any personnel changes or different defense, or if we try something different on the offense, but the Tigers definitely have to do something different than they did in the first half.
Yeah, and we have got to cut down on the penalty, Mike. That's one thing that's hurt us in the unsportsmanlike conduct in the first half.
Yeah, those are just ridiculous. You should never do that. For whatever reason, they moved the ball up to the 43-yard line. I didn't see an indication of what it was. But at any rate, instead of starting at the 35, they start at the 40, at about the 43. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Choctaws. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. I want to say maybe a Tiger crossed the line of scrimmage or where the ball was kicked from before the ball was kicked. Maybe that's what it was. I didn't see an indication, so that's just a guess. At any rate, we are ready to start the third quarter. The Tigers behind big 48-0 as we get ready to start. 2 wide to the left, or to the right, 2 wide to the left, and the ball, the running back going up the middle, and he is almost caught, and is caught at about the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a half a yard, started inside, tried to break it outside, running parallel to the line of scrimmage, and 2 Tigers bring him down after a pickup, they're going to say, of 2, bringing up second down and 8.
Yeah, and that was a better defensive stand right there by the Tigers, Mike, than we've seen all night long.
Be 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right this time. Shotgun formation. Running back to the quarterback's left. Takes a snap, and he throws it again to that screen, wide receiver screen. And we hit him this time after a pickup of about 3. Should bring up third down and somewhere around 5. Ball still not quite to the midfield stripe. Ball's at the 48-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 5.
Oh, about 5.
2 wide to either side, shotgun formation. Quarterback is going to hand the ball to the running back, and he pulls it back out. He's going to run himself right up through the middle of the field, gets the first down as he crosses the 45 into Tiger territory and down to the 43-yard line. He put the ball in the belly of the running back and then pulled it back out and turned it up and picked up the first down.
We got a new quarterback in at Dyer County. That's number 9, Gary Turner. Number 4 had been in there, Blake Rolls is with us, right?
I think you're right. 2 wide to either side, still in shotgun formation. A low snap, quarterback picks it up. He's got a man in the flat. He throws and hits complete, but it's going to be a pickup of about a yard. That'll make it second down and 9 for the Choctaws. Looks like a couple of new players out there for the Tigers on defense. Number 60, I believe, is a new one for the Tigers that I didn't at least notice early. That's DeAndre Smith. He's a sophomore. 2 wide to either side. Shotgun formation. Quarterback hands it off to number 17, trying to get outside, and he turns it up and picks up about 2 off the left side. Almost hit in the backfield by
Kendrick Price, number 99.
By Price, and he made him go outside. And he was picked up there by the next Ripley Tiger defender to bring him down. And it's going to be third down and 9 for the Choctaws.
You know, Kendrick has been in the backfield a lot tonight, Mike. He's just been stopped.
3 wide to the right this time, 1 to the left. Quarterback's got just a little swing pass out to number 17, and the ball falls incomplete. He tried to turn it up and run it before he caught it. I did talk to some Dyer County people at halftime. And they said, you know, we have not, hadn't played this good all year. Said everything we've done tonight has worked. Said we've tried to throw those long passes all year long, and we've missed more of them than we've hit. And said everything was just clicking for us tonight. And of course, you know, I said, well, you know, part of that is we're not playing good defense either. And so, you know, it's a combination of both. But the Tigers will send Barham back standing at about his 9-yard line for this punt from Dyer County. High snap, but he gets it away, and it's going to hit the ground and take a roll, and it's going to be picked up by Barham as he's trying to get outside, and he's still fighting. He's on his feet. He gets out to around maybe the 8-yard line, maybe the 9.
And I think that was the right move by Barnes, because if not, Mike, that ball would have went in the end zone. Well, it would have brought it back to the 20, though.
Yeah, but they may have downed it inside the 5 too, had he not picked it up. So I think that was the right call. He tried to make something out of it. It may have saved us 5 or 6 yards, but it's going to be 1st down and 10 on the far hash mark. The Tigers moving from the north to the south, and they're going to spot it down at the 8. And that's where the Tigers will have their first offensive series for the second half. Now they move it back to the 4. And it's a personal foul against the Tigers again. So it'll be 1st down and 10, ball at the 4-yard line. The only good thing about getting that penalty there was it wasn't a 15-yarder because it could only be half the distance. So the Tigers break the huddle in the shadow of their own end zone or goal post. Quarterback Crowder's going to be under center again, wide out to the right. Wing T formation. It's a toss sweep coming to this side, and he gets it to Squirt, and he gets out to around the 9-yard line. Pickup of around 5. 2nd down and 5 is about what it'll be for the Tigers.
Good run by Squirt.
Got a little bit of room and was able to turn it up and go for positive yardage to make it 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers as they break the huddle. Come to the line, they're going to wide out Miller to the left. Wing T formation. Quarterback under center. Takes a snap. He hands it off to number 28 Anderson going off the far side. And he's got the 1st down as he crosses the 15 out to around the 16-yard line. So that'll move the sticks and give the Tigers the 1st down.
Tigers doing a whole lot better job this second half, Mike, than they did the first half.
Yeah, they are, and we are under a running clock. The ball spotted at the 15-yard line, so it's going to be a quick second half. The Tigers obviously needing to put some points up just to make this a respectable game. They've got a long way to go to do that.
And a short time to get there.
Very short with the running clock. It won't take long for this second half to. We just need to get out of it as much respect as we can and uninjured. Because the next week the Tigers will be hosting Obion County, and that'll be at Ripley, also homecoming. Quarterback takes a snap, and it looked like it was mishandled between the quarterback and the center, but he does pick it up, Crowder does, and pushes forward for a short gain of 2 or 3. It'll bring up 3rd and long or 2nd long for the Tigers.
And that is a big region matchup next week. I looked a while ago and they were getting beat 31-14 by Westview.
Yeah, everybody come out next Friday night and support the Tigers. Like I said, not only is it homecoming, it is a district game, and it's really a playoff game for the Tigers. Tigers will split Miller way out to the left. Wing T formation. And they hand the ball off to Anderson, cuts up the middle and picks up, still on his feet as he's out. Looks like he got the 1st down as he ran hard. I think that was Anderson on the carry. Number 23, no, that was Curry. So good hard run there by Curry. And he's a little scat back. If they can get him in some space, he can do some damage. He checks out, and Ogden checks back in.
He's favoring that left foot, Mike, when he got up.
1st down and 10.
Hopefully he's not hurt too bad.
Wing T formation. Ogden wide left. Anderson more in the backfield. They hand the ball off to, I believe that was Anderson, trying to go up the middle. Nothing doing there. He might have picked up a yard. 2nd down and maybe 9. We're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Ripley with the ball, trailing 48-0. Miller split wide to the left again. Quarterback hands the ball off this time to Squirt, and he breaks through. He's got one man to beat, and there is one man brings him down at the 35-yard line. a nice pickup, and I'm just amazed that he picked up anything because I counted 10 people in the box that
Yeah.
time. And you know, we've got to be able to get them back out of the box. If we can't do that, you know, anybody can shut down the run if you put enough people in the box. So we have got to have that threat. But Squirt, he did a fantastic job finding the open lane and running to it. Again, his vision and his speed are two of the biggest assets that he has.
He's a junior. Thank the Lord he's coming back next year.
If we could put 20 pounds on him between now and next year, it'd be a lot of schools, big schools, looking at him. Wing T formation, wide out to the right. And it's a tall sweep to Squirt going down the far sideline, and he's going to step out of bounds after a pickup of around 5. See where they actually spotted it. They're going to say he's down at the 29-yard line. So, yeah, pickup of around 7. So, second down and 3. Nice first down run by the Tigers. Miller split wide to the right again. Crowder will be under center. Moore in the backfield. And they hand the ball off to number 12, going off the right side, and he fights forward. His forward progress, they're going to finally tackle him back, but his forward progress is going to take him closer to the first down mark. Number 12 for the Tigers is another sophomore, and that is Tylen Theus. So that moves the ball down to where it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers.
Was that 12 or 13, Mike?
I thought it was 12. Either one, both of them are sophomores. Tigers break the huddle, head to the line. They send Ogden out wide to the left. Quarterback under center. They hand the ball to Squirt, trying to go off the right side, and he gets the first down before he's pushed out of bounds. Or he may have been tackled before he got out of bounds, but it is enough to move the stick, so the Tigers are getting close to the red zone again.
We should have been doing this first.
Well, I'm not sure that they're playing all their starters.
Well, and they couldn't. Well, I know number 74 out there. He's about 6'9", looks like.
Right, he is. That's what they say he is, 6'9", about 315. Say his dad was one of the best running backs to ever come out of West Tennessee.
Who was it?
I don't remember his name, but they say he was, I heard some conversation today about his dad was just, that he wasn't that big, but he was one of the best running backs to ever come out of West Tennessee. And there's going to be, it looks like maybe a delay, not delay a game, illegal substitution against the Tigers. But evidently there were 12 men on the field at one time. The Tigers had it 1st down and 10, and that's too easy, so we want 1st down and 15.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, I believe, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. So at the end of 3, and this 3rd one was short, the score remains 48-0. The Choctaws over the Tigers. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the 4th quarter right after this. We're ready for the 4th and final quarter. It's going to be 1st down and 15 for the Tigers back at their the 29-yard line of the Choctaws. Wing T formation. Barham split wide to the right, and the quarterback wants to throw to him, and he tries to throw the ball as he is hit immediately, and it does go out of bounds. It actually could have been called an intentional grounding, but I don't see that flag coming out as he was on his way down. He was trying to get the ball to Barham, who was running down the field, but the defender came through and was able to get him. So, again, that offensive line for the Tigers, they need to be challenged because this week in practice, because they have not met their, not lived up to what they should be doing this week. I know those guys are big, and you don't have to stop them. You just got to slow them down sometimes, and sometimes we hadn't even slowed them. Sometimes we haven't even touched them. But it'll be 2nd down and about 15. And they're going to hand the ball to Anderson going off the left side. He breaks into the secondary and had one man to beat and brought down at the 20-yard line.
Number 1 by the Choctaws. And it's Christian Grimes, he's a senior.
So it will be 3rd down and about 5 or 6. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. The nose of the ball resting right at the 20-yard line. Well, at least we know we're in field goal range. We should be able to knock that goose egg off, but I know we'd like to put a touchdown up. And it looks like we drew them off, but they didn't call it. I guess they didn't get it, and so they hand the ball to Anderson going out the left side. He's got some room out there, and he turns it back in, and he's got one man that's going to bring him down inside the 5. So it's going to be first down and goal from around the 4-yard line, maybe the 3, depending on the spot. It'll be first and goal for the Tigers.
Great run by Anderson.
A hard run, and he he showed some speed there. It looked like maybe if he stayed outside that he could have possibly got more yards, but he can see where he's running a lot better than I can. It'll be first down and goal. Ball is on the 3-yard line. Miller split wide to the left. Quarterback under center, Moore in the backfield. It's actually double wing. And they hand the ball off to Moore. He starts inside and not much doing. He tries to break it back outside, and they're just all over him. His forward progress is probably going to keep him around the 4 or 5 yard line. He ran into a pile, and that pile wasn't moving, so he had to back out of it. And he's actually bounced out and made some good runs tonight and this year, but couldn't do it on this one. And they do spot the ball back at about the 7-yard line, so it's going to be second down and goal from the 7.
Yeah, you can't take a 107-pound man when you got 9 and 10 in the box and try to push him.
Not if you don't block.
Yep. Ball game be over a little bit.
Wide out to the left. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Tigers with 8 minutes and 35 seconds. And looks like the clock's not even going to stop on the timeout. Normally it stops on a timeout or an injury, but doesn't even stop on the timeout. So I guess we're just ready to get out of this ball game and go home and lick our wounds. And when something like this happens, you got to put it behind you. You can't drag it into the next week with you for the next game. If you do, you're doomed to repeat what you've already done. So the Tigers need to just get out of this game, need to put it behind them, learn from their mistakes, and get ready for O'Brien County. Again, next Friday night, Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, is basically a playoff game for the Tigers, as they will be hosting the O'Brien County Rebels. And it's homecoming week for the Tigers, so let's have a great crowd out and support all these Tigers. Again, we all get aggravated and we all want to win, but these are 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that, need our support. And, we got to support the young people in our community, as they will be the leaders of it one day. Second down and goal. Quarterback in shotgun formation this time. Takes a snap, and he's going to run it himself. And he's going to be caught in the backfield. It looked like it was some miscommunication there, because Curry was back there along with Moore, and it looked like he wanted to hand it off to one of them, and just wasn't a good mesh point. So they catch him in the backfield for a loss, and now the ball is going to be back at the 12-yard line, where it's still goal, third down and goal.
No doubt next week we've got to get some things straightened up. Now they got number 99, Kendrick Price, in on offense, Mike.
Yeah, they've got him lined up at left end.
Right there beside old Big David Owens.
And they may put him out there to try to block on that side, try to get some blockers. Let's see, or they may send him out into a pass pattern. And no, they send him, he blocks, and they give the ball to Curry, and Curry's going to be stopped at or inside the 10 or around the 10, so the field goal unit will come on, and the Tigers at least want to knock that goose egg off. And I just heard actually from one of the other announcers that Curry has had 7 carries and has 100 yards on the night. So this will be a field goal attempt of 28 yards. And he is a great kicker. Let's see if he can put it through. And he does, with all kinds of room to spare. So with 6:05 to go in the ball game, Ripley knocks that goose egg off finally to make the score 48-3. So we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the last 5 minutes right after this. Back as we get ready for the kickoff after a 26-yard field goal that was good by Hawkins. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity tonight to use his leg very much except punting. So he's going to be kicking off from the far hash mark. Last time we kicked across the field. Looks like he's going to try to kick it deep this time.
Well, with 5:02 to go here in the fourth quarter.
So 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. And here is the kick, a long end-over-end kick as it's going to go all the way back in and through the end zone. So it'll be a touchback as Hawkins, I think, is perfect on the year so far this year for putting every kickoff into the end zone. So the Choctaws will have the ball first down and 10 at their own 20 in what could be the last offensive possession for them in this game with a running clock as we're down to 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
See if I can find us some score updates for tonight, high school football. I know Old Bine County was getting beat 31-14 by Westview in the second quarter.
Two wide to the left, one to the right, shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap, he hands it to his running back and hit hard in the middle of the line. Number 50, one of the Tigers leading the charge there for the defense. That's Dylan Jones. Kendrick Price in on the tackle as well.
Gain of 3.
Van Ware beating Scotts Hill 16-8. The Caryville Riverside beating Wayne County 14-6. That's in the fourth quarter.
Two wide to the left, to the right, man in motion from left to right. Hand the ball to the motion man, trying to cut outside, and he breaks it back inside, still on his feet, coming back to the near side. One man to try to beat, and he gets wrapped up this time as he runs back into traffic. He ran a long way probably to pick up about a yard. He ran about 30 yards from sideline to sideline and ends up at the 24-yard line. So it'll bring up third down and about 7 for the Choctaws with 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
I tell you, that Joseph Fincher, number 80 for the Tigers, he's been on just about every play. I got a score update. Bolivar Central is beating Jackson Northside 32-0. And Bolivar is pitiful this year. So it sounds like Jackson Northside just as bad.
Two wide to the left, one to the right. Choctaws look to the sideline to get the play. They're going to have to hurry up or they're not going to get it off before delay a game as the play clock is down to 3. And there's a snap. They get it off with 1 second left, and they hand it to the running back going up the middle. And there's going to be a flag because one of the Tigers reached out to grab the running back, and they grabbed him by the face mask. So that's going to give them an automatic first down.
South Gibson 21, Crockett County 7. Hardin County 28, Dyersburg nothing. Gibson County 44, Sheffield nothing. Halls Tigers 28, Gleason 8. Haywood 56-14 over Liberty.
So that was just a 5-yard penalty. So it wasn't the big one, and I did think it was inadvertent. But it is enough to give the Choctaws a first down. I'll give a shout out to some of the people who helped the Tiger team. And there's a lot of people that do it behind the scenes. After this play, the quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to number 30, and he slips down as he starts to his right, goes to cut back to his left, and he loses his footing. He's going to lose about 2 yards on the play. So it'll bring up second down and 12, but it's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game, so it's pretty much going to be for nothing as the Tigers are not going to get a chance to get the ball back here in this game. But again, Roger Mills does a lot with the helping the football team and providing food for home games. Norman Hendren is a big supporter. Just a lot of people in Ripley. Todd White does a lot as he works in the press box. A lot of former Tigers really help still support this program. So, and I wish I knew everybody. If I had a list, I would name them all off. But those are the people that I just know of that have done things this week. Up to the line now with 55 seconds to go. Quarterback starts back, and I'm not sure if a whistle blew or a flag came out, but play stopped. But everything stopped but the clock. So I don't know. They'll have to down the ball probably one time, and then that's going to be the end of the ball game. So we're down at 33 seconds to go, and the quarterback is going to just down it, and that's going to be the ball game here from Dyer County. The final score in Dyer County all over the Tigers, 48-3. Dyer County didn't score in the second half, but they had enough in the first half that it didn't matter. So remember, next Friday night, the Ripley Tigers will be hosting the Obion County Rebels as they come calling. It'll be homecoming for the Tigers, and it'll also be basically a playoff game for the Tigers because we have to win a district game to get in, and that is the one that is up next. So we Tigers really want to win that game. Tigers got a lot of work to do in the week between now and then to get ready for them. But irregardless, come out and support the Tigers next Friday night at Tiny Stadium.
And we're gonna need everybody to come out. But the main thing for the Tigers, Mike, and I don't know what the coach is gonna have to do, but we had way too many unsportsmanlike conduct, too many penalties. I don't know how many yards and penalties we had, but we had one is too many. So the coaching staff for the Tigers has got a lot to work on this week before we play Obion. Because if we play like this against Obion, will beat the Tigers. And we hope that's not the case this coming next Friday night. Because we definitely want to win and get that last spot into the playoffs.
No doubt. Well, again, that's going to wrap it up here from Newbern. Again, the final score is the Choctaws of Dyer County 48, Ripley 3. So be sure to come same time, same place next Friday night. The Ripley Tigers taking on the Obion County Rebels. Also, a shout out to Steve Vickery and Tiger TV. If you miss the live broadcast, you can always catch it on Tiger TV. And that's going to do it here from Dyer County.